Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today, once again, we're at a brand new car show. So yes, we're here with the Hellfire Motor Vehicle Club, and I'll tell you what it's all about in just a sec. So the Hellfire Club was set up by David Baines during the pandemic, local chap, and the reason for doing it was to get, we'd all been locked down. A lot of people had developed social anxiety, various other problems because we weren't allowed to get out of our houses. So David did this to get, it's really focusing on men's mental health, but not just men, all people's mental health. It's very important. So set up Hellfire Classics. We've also got Haddenham Classics, Bucks Cars and Coffee, and various other groups. And today's event is the first big meet from the Hellfire Motor Vehicle Club. So we've got a really eclectic mix of cars to have a look around. So I'm going to have a wander around and talk you through some of the cars as something rather nice, noisy and petrol-y is about to come in. Motorbike, I think. I'm here in Husley, my MG ZT 190. I'm very lucky parked up between two beautiful blue sports cars. So to my left, I've got this lovely Honda S2000. I really like these cars. This is a particularly nice example. The couple who own it, they've actually got two really nice things. And to my right, I've got an MG TF LE500. Very nice in ignition blue, I think, this colour. Or what would have been illegal, obviously this is later F. We've got a few other cars here as well. We've got a little Caterham 7, I think it's a Caterham, was it a Westfield? 7 style car anyway, and then we've got a Lada also. So we'll have a wander around. We've got a real nice mix, SLK Mercedes. We've got a Cortina, a Crayford Cortina no less, with its custom drop top. And then we've got a Humber Sceptre, so it's always British cars, so we're always going to get some root stuff. So really nice example, white over green, very attractive. And a Gordon Keeble. Now these things are rare indeed. I love the logo. It's absolutely superb logo with the turtle. But this is an absolutely beautiful coupe. And just look at the dash, look at the centre console and the red leather seats. Absolutely superb. And very nice in a kind of almost gunmetal grey. It's really very attractive indeed. Got a Morgan, we'll skip past that. I don't know much about them. It's in quite a modern colour actually, like a matte gunmetal colour. And then a favourite of mine, the Austin Healey 3000 Mark III. Not sure if we saw this one recently, fairly locally, maybe at Gaydon last week. But yeah, that's definitely my favourite colour, the sort of blue over the white. Very attractive. Now this caught my eye when I first walked in, an Astra Mark II GTE. I believe the owner of this car has recently acquired it, and it had been sitting in a garage for many years, and this is how it was found. So he's done nothing to it. So whoever stored that car knew what they were doing, because it's fared really well. Yeah, real heart back to my childhood seeing one of those. That's quite a special thing. So well done for that car being saved. Debumpered MGB, and then we've got an MG TF. Beautiful thing. So it's not a TF, it's TD2. Let's get it right. So it's slightly smaller than the TF 1500s. But yeah, we always see a few MGTs here. And then we've got the Marlin. Now Marlins are really interesting because what the feature on these that really I always remember is the structural windscreen surround. So this, although it's chromed, is actually part of the body. So that's an essential. That's basically a roll cage. That's an essential part of the structure of these cars. But I think we've got maybe another Marlin here. I know there is another red one fairly locally. Now this hot rod is, I think, Ford Popular based. Yeah, so it's based on 1955 Ford Popular. So yeah, always see a few Ford Pop hot rods. And then next to that we've got a Moggy Minor van. Hartwells of Bourton on the Water. So I don't know if it's actually still from there, but yeah, Morris Minor commercial. for red paint, that is actually in very good order indeed. And that's nice. And then we've got something I really get excited about. We've got a Capri Laser. So is this the 1.6 or is it a 2 litre? Let's have a little look at this. It's derriere. It's just the 1.6. But yeah, really attractive, sleek cars. I do like one of these. I'd probably, you know me, I'd have to go for the 2.8. I'm a bit of a sucker for 6 cylinders. And then we've got a Porsche 911. That's very, very attractive. I'm not a massive fan of the newer Porsches, but the sort of classic 911s I really like. Another Caterham 7, and then this again, I'm really pleased to see this. So it's full circle services limited, classic and modern car service centre, local to West Wickham, with that phone number, I'd have thought. But beautiful mini van, wearing quite wide wheels, but isn't that in clean condition? I love that front grille, and that's really very nice. And then we've got a Skoda next to it. Now the engine hasn't been nicked. It of course is a rear-engined car. And there is the little engine at the back there. And yeah, really nice to see this. Again, nostalgic for me because you did see these on the road when I was growing up, late 80s, early 90s. This one is particularly clean, and they are a Hellfire Motor Club member, so what a really nice thing. Speaking of nice things, next to that we've got a Vanden Plas. Now I'm not sure if it's a 3 litre or a 4 litre. It's a Vanden Plas 4 litre R, and the R of course means Rolls-Royce because it's got a Rolls-Royce big beefy engine in it. So of course Vanden Plas this is probably the last Vanden Plas that carried that name as a mark before it became a kind of badge of honour on various other British Leyland products. But these are big. I mean, look at that. You've got little walnut tables that fold down from the front seats. Crystal glasses very appropriately placed there. I'm sure they're tucked away safely before anyone drives anywhere. There's our Rolls-Royce engine. Isn't that lovely? And we've got a decanter of something probably very nice, maybe brandy, I think. Port, a decanter of port. So you can be chauffeured along, but even the chauffeur's got lots of legroom. Look at the luxuriousness of that thing. I really like these. Really, really nice. And we've got another Ford Pop. This is the slightly later one. Before it became more the Anglia type thing. Then we've got a club-and-fronted Mini in this lovely kind of bronze colour. Heard this coming in. Sounds very nice. Do like a midget. This is of course a late midget with the rubber bumpers and the Triumph derived 4-cylinder 1500 engine. But that's a real beautiful thing. I'm not sure if this is what I saw last year with a very broken windscreen. I can't remember. It is. I remember talking to the young man who owns it. I think he was somewhere in McDonald's in Aylesbury, I think. And yeah, I remember things like this. So the poor lad was going to a car show and the front windscreen just got obliterated. Probably blame HS2 because we can blame HS2 on everything. So, but yeah, this is a really nice. I'm glad to see it back on the road. That's really good news. Now this is interesting. I've seen this car before, and I've got no idea what it is, but it's some kind of buggy. But just look at that tubular stainless steel that forms your kind of roll cage. Yeah, I'll try and catch the owner of it at some point. We will come back to this one. If I spot the owner, we'll come back. We've got Lotus Cortina. Let's have a look at that twin cam engine. So there's our twin cam engine, double Webbers. So of course it's going to be very juicy, but it'll sound very. It'll have a magnificent induction noise, and it will go like stink because it's a Lotus Cortina. So, or is it a Lotus Console? It's a Cortina, not a Console. So there we are, Lotus Cortina, beautiful things. Another Capri. This one in kind of a gold colour. And then we've got a Mini, so late 70s Mini, white roof, blue body. Like the white wheels actually. Then we've got older Mini, so 1960s, so mid-late 60s on a C. Old English white, if indeed it was called that colour on these cars. And then we've got a new Lotus, or newish Lotus. I don't really know much about this car. I think it's an Emira. It's got an internal combustion engine. Yeah, the first time I've certainly seen one of them. That is quite a sleek thing. I'd like a go in that. TVR Tuscan next to it. These things are a hoot to drive. If you like the back end kicking out, there's your very cosseting interior. So very cramped inside, but that's all part of the experience. Wonderfully finished, really, yeah, quite superb. And then another Lotus derived, so I think it's a low cost 7, which is quite a good little play. And we've got another MGT type. I don't think it's a TF, it's probably a TC or a TD. T is a TF. It looks a bit smaller than I thought, but yeah, no, it's always really nice to see these. This one is extremely clean. I just love those octagon dials. They're really nice. Very nice touch. When MGs were real MGs. So of course the TF became the MGA. That was the successor car to that, and that became the MGB. And then really MG became just a little, very small subsidiary of Rover. This is a Caterham 7. And yeah, got several of these here. Now this caught my eye. I actually saw this on the way in near Saunderton. This is an MR2, Mark II. It's used. I saw it being driven. Very nice looking thing. I love the gear shift in these. Really short gear stick. Really, great fun. And then we've got a very well patterned Land Rover Series. I want to say 2, but I could be wrong. Could be a Series 1 actually. But I actually really like the fact that's got no paint on it whatsoever, because it just shows how rugged they are and how thick that steel is. This looks very nice. It's a Cortina Mark II GT. And that is extremely clean. That bodywork, that paint is, yeah, you could eat your dinner off that. That is very nice. Let's look at that. Look at that dash. Lovely Smith's Instruments. And that lovely dished. Is that dish on the steering wheel? And there's our engine.
1500 pre-cross.
1500 pre-cross downdraft Weber carburettor, I think, with just a little suggestion of an air filter on there. Well, that sounds very nice when you put your foot down. Juicy as well.
Yeah, well, not too bad actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so
it's all right.
Yeah, beautiful cars. Really nice. Citroen 2CV. That's clean as well. The paint on that's really nice. Then we've got a Lotus Esprit, Turbo Esprit, no less. So let's have a little look in now. We've got a window open. It's a lovely little short gear stick. Real kind of wraparound instrument cluster. That's lovely. Now this Bedford HA van is again very clean, and that's a beautiful. I love that blue.
Marvellous, thank you.
And that's really nice. I just love small car-derived vans and small vans like this. Really nice to see this.
Keep looking because there's only 60 of them.
Only 60 left.
So they made 250,000 of them.
So very interesting statistic from the owner. So 60 left. They made 250,000. So that's quite a high attrition rate. And this gentleman is clearly looking after this car very well, because it is very clean indeed.
Thank you.
A K Cobra. This isn't an AC. It's a replica. But look at that. Look at that. Is it? Yes, it could be real, but it's built over 3 years, all new components, Chevrolet engine, Edelbrock carburettor, very nice. So in case you're wondering where we are, we're in West Wickham, which is just a little village just outside High Wycombe. Very famous, can't quite, probably just about see the top of the church, but under that hill over there, we've got the Hellfire Caves, where the Dashwoods and their clan would do debauched things in the Victorian times. Yeah, we're in the walled garden, very pleasant part of the world, sort of south part of the Chilterns. So we're into the trade stand area now, so we've got a few cars to look at. So a bit of an E-Type and then a Sunbeam Imp.
Good morning.
Very nice.
Haven't seen you guys for a while. Good morning.
And we've got a rally prepped Rover, or track prepped Rover 100. And look at this. Sierra Sapphire Cosworth 4x4. There's a serious bit of kit there. Another minivan, isn't that lovely? And we've got some more sporty Fords around here. So we've got I think it's an RS Escort Mark IV. Very clean. It is an RS Turbo. That's quite stunning in that red. Next to it we've got a Mark III ST in a very loud colour. That's how I like my Ford Focuses. And we've got a lineup of some seriously nice looking things over here. So have a look. A bit of music going on, so we just need to be mindful of copyright issues. So it's Avenger. So it's an Avenger with a Tiger engine. Isn't that interesting? So normally you have a 4-pot engine in an Avenger, but this one's got. Oh no, it hasn't. It's got a 4-pot engine. It's got Tiger written on the side, which threw me slightly. So that's interesting. Owner's tied up, so we can't really ask too much about it. Another Lotus Cortina, and then a Spitfire. It's got GT6 written on the front. There's always something special going on there because it's lost its roof. Astra VXR. That's a seriously nice looking bit of kit. That's very, very sleek. Do like these. I really do. And we've got a roller and an S-Type Jag. And then we've got this Ford Deluxe V8, which is actually pre-war. So it's an American car. Obviously, the Americans are far advanced of us in terms of body shape. If this is a British car, you'd be sort of talking 1950s for this kind of styling. But this is a just pre-war Ford Deluxe V8 convertible from the States. It's left-hand drive. Something's just started up. It sounds rather nice. It's the Audi. Another Sunbeam. That's beautiful. Got a bit of patina in that paint. I quite like that. So this RS6 is all we can really hear is intercooler, but yeah, that'll go like stink. Those things are seriously powerful. TF135 in Starlight Silver. So we know these cars really well, of course. And then Cappuccino, we've seen a few of these recently. So of course, little K car. You see quite a few of these on the road. Not so many these days. They're definitely rarer now than they were. But look at that dear little engine. Isn't that cute? It's a Japanese concept of very small compact cars. And there it is. So the owner's just telling me there's less than this is the UK spec. Yeah. Cappuccino. The European spec was slightly different. Yeah. There's less than 200 of these on the road in the UK now. So that's not very many. And annoyingly, or not annoyingly, but very cleverly perhaps, the European parts don't fit the British parts. So you've then got a challenge to find parts for it. So, but isn't that a lovely little thing? So cute. I just love these small the Copen, the Figaro, these small sporty K cars that the Japanese manufacturers produce. Really nice. That I think was a Beetle. It's now some kind of hot rod. And then we've got 500 Abarth there, Porsche of some description. That's on airbags. E91 with some very, very blingy wheels, and that's definitely on bags. That's not going to get out of this field if it was on springs. And a Transporter, so T6 I think, on bags as well. So we'll Rolls Royce wheels, because of course they do fit. We've got another E-Type, and then we've got an XKR. I'm not sure if it's which one it is. It's an XKRS, so that's very much like the one I drove the other week. Beautiful things. Another, so we've got a couple of sporty Jags here. Another E-Type. Another E-Type, and then we've got a really early Porsche. That's lovely. 924, I think. That's beautiful. And then a TT. And these are, yeah, they're becoming classic cars now. The older ones are 20 years plus old. And then we've got something I really like, a Vitesse Mark II convertible. Look at that lovely face. Isn't that beautiful? I really like those. Really like those. MGB, Porsche Boxer, and then we've got another Mini. This one's got its engine bay open, so we can have a look. So it's got a bit of an upgraded, it's got a turbo, it has. So turbocharged A series, great big intercooler at the front there, so that's very cleverly done. We've got a Lotus Elan. Now that is very pretty. Don't see that many of these. So you see lots of Esprits and Elises, but don't see that many Elans these days, and that's very clean example. And that's, yeah, beautiful car. What's this? Big Ford of some description next to it. Goes to Chiltern Hills Rally, good for them. So I wouldn't have seen this because I'm normally too busy on Chiltern Hills Rally Day to actually take notice of what's there. But that's a beautiful big Ford. The owner of the Elan's that's just opened the engine bay, so we can have a look at that little twin cam. Cheat. Look at that. Ah.
Ford Z-Tech.
Ah, I thought so. So it's actually it's not got an original engine. It's got a Ford Z-Tech engine. So I bet this is probably a hoot to drive, because the great thing with Lotuses is they are a very light car. You can put, if you think of the early Elises with the 120 brake horsepower K-series engines, which aren't that powerful, but they're powerful enough when you've got a very light chassis.
185.
But this is 185 brake horsepower, so I imagine the rear wheels on this light up.
Most gears.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Lovely thing. Very nice. Now I'm going to get very excited because we've got a pillarless coupe. It's a 630 CSL. Oh my God, look at those carburetors. Triple Gen Vs. This has got cones on, no air filter. Pillarless coupe. I just think these things are gorgeous. I got very excited about the 633 CSI that I saw in Coventry the other week, but this is even better. It's got some kind of gas system in the back here. That's I think this car's naughty. I think this car's will sound, if I hear it start up later, I think we'll know about it, because it's yeah. There's some little subtle tweaks there, but just look at the profile. Look at the shape, absolutely gorgeous. Get very excited about 6 Series BMWs. Morgan, and then we've got Triumph TR3 in green. That's lovely. And Ford Zodiac. Look at the size of that. That's a slab of car and a half. And an Old English White Stag just on the end of this row here. Another sporty Ford, Orion this time, with a later engine, I would suggest, put in it. Yeah, and then a little Lotus Elise and a Lotus Europa. So there's a few Lotus here today, which is very pleasing. Another TVR. We've got a lineup of TVRs actually. We've got loads of them. Look at that. All slightly different with their front ends, but all very similar in their conception. Isn't that lovely? Big, massive lineup of TVRs. And a 400 SE, slightly older one there. I'm guessing this is some kind of local TVR club. Well done then for coming en masse. That's, yeah, really very good. Another Porsche, and then a Jaguar drop top XK. So I think that's probably just an XK8, I would think. And then another Porsche, another Lotus. Now the one I'm getting very excited about is this Jaguar on the end here, because it's not an E-Type. It's a bit earlier than that. I think this is a D-Type. C-Type. C-Type replica, but seriously, I really like these earlier these earlier sort of muscly Jags. There is a D-type goes up Cop Hill, and that sounds immense, the Tejero. But this is quite a feat of engineering if it's a replica. Let's have a little look. I like that, little spare spark plugs. And then two great big, I think HS8 carburetors.
Yeah, 8 to 2 inch.
Yeah, so 2-inch SU, so you need that for a XK engine like that. But isn't that lovely? So beautiful, very well done. That's. Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, I wouldn't have known it was a replica unless the owner had told me. I mean, very, very nice indeed. So we've got a little lineup of BMWs here, which is again very exciting for me. E36 Coupe. I'm not sure if it's exactly what it is. It's yeah, don't print them on the tickets what they are. Then another E36. I don't know if it's an M3 or not, but so they've got M3 mirrors and M styling cues, but could be. This E30 is extremely nice. I'm just wondering if it's on airbags, because it's pretty. That splitter's very well touching the grass basically, so I'm not sure they'll make it out the field unless they can rise that front up a little bit. And then next to that, we've got three series, and we've got a Z4. I won't talk about Z4s too much because there may well be one on the channel in due course. Another Sierra Sapphire, that's beautiful. This TF, I think we know, we see this quite a lot. Beautiful thing. And then a Ford Zephyr. This Dion's obviously some kind of special, and we've got a Lancia Delta HF. That's seriously nice looking thing, look at that. And another Lancia next to it. Another Lancia, oh, several Lancias. We've got a bit of an Italian theme going on here. So Alpha 33, that's a rare thing these days on British roads. Some kind of Alpha Coupe, very recent. And a Brera. So some really nice Italian stuff down here. That man's got a bigger camera than me. I've got a really good turnout. I mean, this is the first of this show, and it's just, you know, there's lots of cars here, real good variety. Real mix. Well, not so much vintage stuff here. Obviously the vintage stuff, I'm afraid, is kind of dying out. But yeah, but to get this many cars here for a first show is just brilliant. So well done, David and team. Just continue. I want to try and get everything. I don't normally film every car, but for this one I will, because it is, you know, it's local to me. I know the guys organising it, so it's really important. Another customer, and I look at this Sporty Ford. That's that's a very nice Escort. Look at that. You've got your Satsumas there. Keep your sugar levels up as you're speeding around. That's beautiful. Mark 1 Escort. Very, very nice. And I think we're into the petrol heads area now. So we've got some sort of bigger stuff. So we've got some full pickup truck there. Then
Nice one.
and then a Bedford truck that's been modernised. Bedford truck with a Lexus V8. What would they make of that in Luton, I wonder? There we are. That's quite a mean looking thing. Very narrow load bed actually. It's quite great big car, wide axle, then a tiny little load bed sort of between the wheels. Citroen C3. It's decked out in Red Bull livery, and then we've got a T2. Next to that, MX-5, that's pretty attractive. Another Abarth, so two of those we've seen. And we've got some big muscle down here, so Chevy pickup, Ford F1. That's got a V8, I imagine. Yeah, there it is. Ford V8 under the bonnet. Great big carburettor. Another Chevy, sort of Ford Popular, customised. Another Morgan, I've got a few of those here today. And another Porsche. So we'll have a wander over and just finish off the show now. So it's not just me who's turned up in an early 2000s family car. So we've got a Saab 9.3, I think. Is it a 9.5? It's a 9.5, so 9.5 Aero. And these are rare cars now. And of course, you know, Saab like MG Rover are defunct. The Mark II Escort, that's That's nice. Not quite sure what model that is. Haven't put in Mexico or RS on it, so we suspect it's just a 1.6 gear. So that's actually very nice. And I'm not being snobbish, not sort of favouring the sporty ones, but that's what I'm actually genuinely pleased to see a more, not a basic model, because the gear was the luxury mark of Ford, of course. Then we've got next to it, we've got it's a younger sibling or younger descendant, so Focus Mark II. And we've got Fiesta, why not? So we've got a little selection of Fords, another Focus. And another Focus. So this is the Ford. I thought I recognised these. So these guys were at the Chiltern Rally as well. So it's a fairly local group, and they bring their sporty Fords to play, which is really nice. Fiesta ST is very nice. Not normally my favourite colour, that kind of pale grey, but on that, it really works well. And we've got a little Porsche sneaking on the end of the Fords there. Classic Mini, and then we've got, always have to stop and have a look at these. So yeah, MGA 1600, the prettiest car, I think. There's nothing better than that. We've got a Ford Shelby GT. The Corvair, that's I just love those. And they look really narrow, but of course they are massive slabs of car. So it's lovely to see these great big American muscle things here. Mustang and a Dodge Challenger. So that's you normally see a few Mustangs in these shows, but to see a Dodge is really nice. Another TT, so that's a couple of those we've got here, which is good. Range Rover Classic, and then a Land Rover 110 in sort of army get-up. That's always nice to see. And we've got to go back into some American big stuff. Let's just skirt around these people. A Pontiac Trans Am with kind of a matte patina on the paint. It's, yeah, pretty aggressive looking. Another TV. There's a lot of TVRs here. We must like our TVRs in Buckinghamshire. I've never had one. So, and then we've got, go from sort of the big British beefy sports car to a little everyman car. So it's an A35, but that's very clean. And these cars can be pretty ropey because they were, just a mass-produced car. And then we've got Aston Martin DB, I think this one is DB something. But there's more to come. We've still got a couple of rows to go, so we'll bring you every car, or certainly as many of the cars as we can. Another TVR coming in over. No, it's Aston Martin. Sorry, I do apologise. So obviously, I drove the XKRS the other week. This is the F type. So this is like the successor, and that's just a really beautiful thing. I think I'm going to have to find someone who'll let me borrow one of these for an hour and do a review on one of these, because they're really, I mean, the XKRs are aggressive looking. These are even more aggressive. Another Porsche, then we've got something nice. We've got an M3, E46 M3. I love that colour. And it's got kind of complementary blue seats as well. That is a seriously attractive bit of kit. Nürburgring sticker on the back. So hopefully they've had a blast around there in it. But isn't that glorious? Slightly different to obviously my M3, my E46 Coupe, because you've got sort of flared wheel arches and different sort of styling cues, but yeah, a very attractive thing nonetheless. And then, but next to that, we've got something rather interesting. It's a Triumph Dolomite. So of course you think of Triumph Dolomite as the 1970s small saloon, but this is the original Dolomite. So it's a 2-litre roadster. And this really is what Triumph were known for back in the day. So sleek, big, luxurious, sporty cars. And that's a seriously nice looking thing, isn't it? And it's been to the Goodwood Festival of Speed by the looks of it. Scooby, always get a few of those. And then another Lotus. And this looks like a fairly early Mini. It's not that early, so Morris Cooper. It's got its slidey windows, so it's, yeah, Mark II, I think, this one. It is a Mark II. It says so on the back. So of course the Cooper was the 1 litre, sort of this mildly tuned 1 litre Mini, and then we've got another Cortina. This is another GT 1600. Again, very clean. The quality of some of these cars here. We've not seen. I think Husley, my 190, is probably one of the scabbier cars here. Looking at some of this lot, Z3, very nice. I'm always going to stop and admire a BMW because I love them.
Sorry, excuse me.
Beautiful, beautiful thing. So we'll try and get out in one of these at some point as well. And we've got a Riley. I forget which model that is, but lovely things. I did sit in one of these a little while ago, but haven't driven one. And then we've got Sunbeam Alpine. And another Jaguar. This is a Jaguar XKRS, but this is the convertible version. Model Y Ford, I think, and then another MX-5. I thought I did see this coming. Love that green. That's actually very similar to Biomorphic. I have to look up the paint code for that. Another MX-5, and then we got an A30 that's been slammed and re-engined. So that's an interesting take on an A30. Another AC. And then another Corvette, an older Corvette this time. Now this I followed in. This smelt. There's nothing like the smell of carburetors. And this thing sounded lovely and smelt lovely as I followed it in earlier. So, and we've got a big slab of Triumph here. My favourite TR probably, I have to be honest. And it's in my favourite colour Fiat TR. Music's getting a bit loud again, but we shall manage. So more kind of kit car 7s. So another Morgan, a few Morgans here today. BGT, and another Corvette, another one of these Riley saloons. Austin Westminster there, that's very nice. Another Lotus, and then another Marlins. I think that's 4 we've seen here today. Another Corvette. No, sorry, Camaro. That is a Camaro. That's lovely. And we've got this Porsche big thing. Look at this. We've got a E30 Bauer, I think, convertible. That's a seriously neat. I mean, that's very advanced, having that kind of fold-away roof. So it's just a 318, but it's immaculate. It's lovely. Okay, so there's back seats don't look like they've ever been sat in. And then we've got another E30 convertible. That's beautiful to see these two together. That's lovely. So that one's slightly different. That's got the front splitter, but yeah, other than that, pretty similar. Vauxhall, is it a Cresta? It is a Cresta, so big American kind of inspired thing. And then something we love, Rover P6 3500S in that lovely colour. And then a TR2, so an even earlier TR, this one. And that's again pristine. The condition of that is superb. That's lovely. Look at the dash pots on those carbs. Really, real attention to detail. I love those air filters. Just sort of wire wool, wire kind of scrumpled up into a couple of pancakes.
It might well be. Looks like a thought.
And we've got a Bristol. Now this is a rare sight. We don't see many Bristols on the road anymore. Again, it's got those spare spark plugs there, which I just love. And that's interesting. Triple 1 1/4 inch carburetors, side mounted, so sort of almost downdraft SUs. Love that colour. Not entirely sure if it's original, but what a rare sight. And then we've got a big Beamer, 5 Series. That's very clean as well. Alpina 5 Series, very, very, very smart. And we're nearly done, so we'll just finish off this row. So Jaguar E-Type. We've got another kit car of some description here. It's quite an early registration as well, so I don't know what that's derived from. Perhaps someone will tell me in the comments. Cortina. I had to stand back from it to see it properly. I do like those. That's a Mark 5, I think, with those big old indicators on the front. Mini Moke, and then a Clubman. Seen this one before. We know this car. Clubman Estate, Clubman Countryman, AMG Mercedes. That'll be very naughty. Another 911, and then that blue on that MGB is lovely. That really is very nice. Now, 2 of these Forenzas came in when I was walking to get a cup of coffee. So it's really nice to see 3 of them lined up. I think it's probably this one was in earlier, and then these 2 came in. Smell of that fuel that's going through carburetors and being burnt is just lovely. But these are very, very attractive things. And we've got an Opel Monza 3-litre injection. That's rare, and that's lovely. And we've got Carlton CD. And then we've got some more modern Vauxhall, so an Insignia, another Carlton, 3-litre dual ram system, if you read what's on the engine bay.
Trade stands all around. Make sure
and then another Alpina E36. And then this, I think, is a P1800. I always get confused with these 1970s Volvo. I'm competing, so I'm just going to pause for a second. Yes, I'm none the wiser as to what this Volvo is, but I like it. And we've got no, it's not an E21. This is a 2002. And that's, yeah, pretty. I really like those. Then we've got a Mini Cooper of some description. And then we've got an Escort Mark 4. No clue as to what it is. And then another Sporty Ford next to it. We'll try and get around the back. Hopefully that takes another. There is another Marlin here. I thought there was. So that's 4 Marlins. And that is an RS Cosworth Sapphire. Still not sure about that one. And then we've got another E30 over here with a serious bit of body kit on it and a roll cage. And we are back to where we started, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll spin you around because we'll finish things there. Well done to Hellfire Motor Club for putting on this show. For a first show, I know there's the Launton show was new as well the other week. It's probably quite nerve-wracking, so massive well done to the team that's put that on. If you like what you see here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell notification to see more videos like this, car reviews, car maintenance, home mechanicking, and I'll see you again very soon next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.